Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. Sorry about the beginning. I think I got a cramp in my finger or something like that. Things just weren't rolling very good. But I'm going to make up for it tonight with the show I've got. Have I got a cast for you guys tonight? Oh my gosh. It is absolutely cool. I've got Bill Bailey's on with me tonight, but I have a newcomer tonight, and he's a great, great guy. Mr. Dan Mack is going to be on with us tonight, along with my brothers, Mr. Bodor and Mr. Dan Colby. It's going to be great. I got to say hi real quick to Paul Farrell, though. Paul Farrell, you were the first one in, and Ryan Courtney, I got to tell you, you guys were neck and neck. But Paul, you are the man. I got to tell you. And Ryan, I appreciate so much. These are some great guys. Watch every week. And my little buddy, Mark Gong, is also on here tonight. Good evening, everybody. I always mention Mark's kids because the young guns are really, really important to our sport. And I try to push them as much as I can. And, Mark's two sons, Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong, terrific little players. And not just good players, really, really good off the field. A lot of class. But I got a few things. I know you don't want to listen to me talk a whole bunch here. So I got a few things I want to go ahead and mention because some of this stuff is kind of important to me also. But this coming weekend, I'm going to start right there. Bud and I are going to go down to SatCon Village. And Gio, the guy that owns SatCon, is breaking in a new field down there. So Bud and I are going to go down there and hang out with him. And then Stephen Santersola, him and his wife, Julie, are having a party for their son, Coda, who is graduating. So that should be pretty cool. And then I just got a message just a little while ago that Stefan's father passed away. So, we have a paintball family. And, when one hurts, all hurt. And that's how it should be. That's what keeps making us bigger and better. And so from all of us, from myself, my family, and everybody, our condolences go out to you. Hey, I know how it is. I just lost my mom a few months ago, and it just sucks, period. So, but our condolences go out to you, Stephen and Julie, and the entire family. So, anyhow, I got a few things I want to go ahead and mention here. We're going to have there's a tournament that's going to be, and this is Frank and Jennifer Montresor, and I mention them every week until it happens. And it's going to be July 29th and July 30th, and it's at Fox Paintball back there in Yorkville, Illinois. And they've taken over the reins from their son, Tim, who had started it with the Iron City Classic and stuff like that, and he's kind of moved on. So if you get a chance and you're up there in the Illinois or anywhere around there, you're going to want to go ahead and jump over. And like I say, all these tournaments, guys, if you're not playing them, but you're close enough that you can go and support the people, go do it. Because, what happens is a lot of people sit there and they'll see the crowds that it draws, and it gets them that much more interested in. And, we definitely want more people interested in it. That's all there is to it. That's how we make it grow, right? Very, very cool. And then in a couple of weeks, I head out to Newburgh, New York, because the New York Classic is going to be the 9th, 10th, and 11th of June. And that is one I absolutely love to go to. The field, the Ponderosa, just all of that stuff is so cool. I just cannot wait to go do it. And got a pretty good group going out there with me this year. I have a good group every year. A couple of my favorites can't make it, but I got a couple other guys who are going to jump in and give them a hand. So it should be a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, 9th, 10th, and 11th, Newburgh, New York, up there at Paintball Sports Field, get a chance, going to want to jump in and check that out. Now I got to mention the new Tiger Stripe camouflage is just finally hitting the market after almost a year of Tim wanting the colors to be exactly correct like he had them before, and they're beautiful. They really, really are. And they're for sale at Social Paintball. So if you get a chance, jump on and check them out. All right. Damon Fowler, Gator Melee. He is watching us tonight. Gator Melee. That's the piece that I got to tell you, it's so cool. and it's all handmade. It's all chains, little round chains and stuff that he puts together. It's just mind-boggling how cool he makes these things, and it's a terrific neck protector. You would absolutely love them. They're very, very, very good. So anyhow, you get a chance to do that. I got to give my shout outs real quick because I'm going to bring these guys out. I've got such a great group tonight, and I'm, hey Bonchick, how you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, I got Bud on tonight, Bonchick, so you're going to definitely want to be watching. Yeah, because she got the hots for the Bud. She got the hots for the Bud. But anyway, I guess all the women got the hots for Bud. Man, I don't know what the hell's going on. I got to find out what he's drinking because I want some of it. But anyhow, that's a whole nother story and a whole nother show. That will probably be an R-rated show, which this one isn't. So, but anyhow, let me give my shout outs real quick. Let me bring out Billy real quick here before he falls asleep on me. What's going on, Billy?
Well, I was wondering what you were wanting to drink something. What?
Well, I don't know what the hell Bud's drinking, but all these women keep loving this guy.
Well, maybe it's not Bud drinking. Maybe it's them.
You know what? That's the old theory. How much better you look at 2 a.m. I'm picking up on that now.
They probably got their beer goggles on.
Oh man, I was working the opposite way. Okay, that'll work. I like that. I'm sure Bud doesn't like you anymore, but that's still cool. Let me give my shout outs real quick so we can bring these guys out here. Yep. I start every week with Tim Schloss. Tim Schloss has Gateway Paintball back there in St. Louis. Terrific field. We're going to have Danny on tonight. Danny has a great field, Panhandle Paintball field down there. Yeah. Oh, wasn't that cool to play that field?
It was a beautiful field.
Oh, God, Danny, weeks ahead of time, he's calling me all the time going, oh, Fred, you think it's going to be okay? Oh, you think it's going to be that field?
Hey, he does it right, though. He does it right, because
I expect no
they had that other woods ball field, and they were thinking about using it, but it wasn't ready, and Dan's like, no, we're not going to use it till it's perfect, and kudos to him,
he made the right call, up, down, and sideways. Oh, yeah. It was that was a great place to play. Yeah, we'll talk about it when we bring him on here a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But anyhow, Tim Schloss also has the last of the WCPL tournaments, and it's in October this year. And Tim has a terrific field. It's just absolutely outstanding. And then I got to say hi, like I do every week, to a guy. Actually got him on his show tonight, but I'm going to say hi to him anyhow. So I'll say hi to him twice now, once now, and then once when I bring him on. But I say hi every week to Dan and his son, John Colby. They have Immortal Air now. They had Air America back in the day. And that's when, Danny and I started, John was a little bitty guy. I don't even know if he was born yet. I'm not really sure. I'll have to ask Dan. Dan's got all that inside information. His son John is a terrific kid. Dan has brought him up good. And good paintball kid and good kid, and takes care of his dad pretty good. You know that?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think Dan's nice to him because Dan's really wondering what kind of a home is John going to put me in when I really get to that. And, I'm not sure, but I think there might be a possibility. So I know. Yeah. Me, I'd be in the trunk of a car.
Oh, I'm going to end up in a closet somewhere.
Well, yeah, but see, there's more room in a closet than a trunk. So, see, you're still ahead of me. Okay.
Depends on which closet,
Oh, that's true. And I guess it depends on which trunk. I guess you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And then I got to mention another guy we're going to have on here tonight that, I've loved this guy for years. Terrific guy. Great for paintball, just like Dan Colby. These guys have worked so hard at the very beginning, and they are still out here busting their chops to make paintball bigger and better. And that's Bud Orr. Yep. Now, I don't say much about Bud because if you don't know anything about Bud, obviously you were born under a rock and were in the basement, never brought up or something like that. I'm not really sure, but everybody knows Bud. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about changing his name to Ladies Man. I'm not, I got to tell you because, boy, this guy, them women swoop on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the pets doing it because he puts that, pork chop grease on him, but how does he get the women to do it? That's what I got to find out. Yeah, I'm going to work on that. And anyhow, I got to say hi to Tom K. Tom K is, he was my second sponsor, marker sponsor for many, many years with Airgun Designs. I absolutely love it. Say hi to Rainey and Juvie Boucher. 2 times a month, you could go out to your field and pick up a paintball newspaper. Had everything in it, right, Billy?
Yep.
I mean,
everything from equipment for sale, used equipment, all the events, everything.
What just happened? What was coming up?
Yep.
It had a map where all the fields were. It was just incredible.
Field directory.
Yep, what they did for paintball is just absolutely fabulous. And Randy Camilla, he was the editor for APG back in the day, gave me my very first cover shot. Jerry Braun had Paintball Sport back in the day. Now he has Paintball Sport Field. And that's where actually I'll be in a couple of weeks to go up there to play at the New York Classic. I cannot wait. I'm going to miss you, Bill. So
you guys suck.
Yeah. Well, he got, what's important is he got my golf cart all set up for me. So I'm good to go. Yeah, I know. I'm a pussy. That's fine.
I heard it plays Sanford and Son music when it drives.
Yeah.
If it drives.
Yeah, well, this one I hope goes more than 3 miles an hour. But if you had to walk that quarter mile, that 3 miles an hour isn't so bad,
Yeah.
And then I can say hi to Ross Alexander. Ross had Line SI back in the day. I still have my original Bushmaster that I started playing professional paintball with when it was still 15-man. And then I say hi to Jim Lively. 2 tournaments a year you wanted to do every year. One was Jim Lively's Masters. The other was Jerry Braun's World Cup. Man, it was like family reunions. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then I say hi to Gino from Belkin. I say hi to him every week because, people don't really understand what Gino really does behind the scenes for paintball. Is he a big guy? Has he got a big company? Yeah. He does all of that. But, he does an awful lot of things behind the scenes for paintball that people just really don't realize.
Yep.
And, I'll have a guy on tonight, that's still sponsored by him after a lot of years, too. So, we're going to bring him out in just a little bit. And then I say hi to Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. 2 of my favorite little buddies. Just absolutely terrific. Well, everybody, I've given my shout outs. Bill and I have teased Bud a little bit. Bud's, I'm sure, not going to get off his secret how he attracts these women. But, we'll keep pressing him off when we get off in the green room. I'm sure he'll break down. He'll break down. I know he will eventually.
Sure he will.
Yeah. It takes time. So, but everybody, before I bring out all these fabulous guys, I want to bring out somebody that's kind of caught my eye over the past few months. And, everybody knows I like good people. Cut and dry. There's something about good people that what they do for our sport, I absolutely love. So I'd like to bring out for the very first time on my show, please, everybody, welcome Mr. Dan Mack. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing great.
Doing great. Well, I appreciate so much you taking the time to come on the show tonight.
I appreciate you and giving me the invite.
Oh, yeah, I'm very, very happy to do that. I'm going to, in a few minutes, I'm going to ask you how you got started in paintball because that's kind of one of the first questions I throw out to everybody. But, I want to bring out, I've got a supporting cast tonight that I think is, I guess, terrific. There's got to be a word better than terrific, but I don't know what it is. I guess Mongo terrific, huh? That sound good, Bill?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. I'll look that up later. So Mongo terrific crew. But anyhow, let's start real quick. I want to bring out some great people here. I'm going to start with Mr. Bud Orr.
Hey,
Bud.
How you guys doing?
Doing good. Mr. Dan Colby.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
That's for you.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
Thank you.
See, you're still number 1 with him. I love it.
Yeah.
And let me bring out my last guest tonight, a guy that him and I, like Bud and Dan and I, go back 30-some years. He's got a terrific team, and they're going to be doing all the reffing for the New York Classic, one of the best teams you'll ever meet. And this is one of the best guys you'll ever meet. Please, everybody, welcome Mr. Kevin Donaldson.
All right.
What's up, Kev?
Hey, Kev. How you doing?
What's happening, guys? How are you?
How you doing, Kevin?
Hey, Bud. Hey, Bud. Good to see you.
Same here, man. You're looking good.
You too, Bud.
You missed it earlier, Kevin. Man, we're trying to figure out how Bud gets all these damn women all the time.
Oh, come on.
No?
Look at the man.
It's a secret.
What do you mean, look at him?
I
No, come on.
I want to be Bud when I grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the handlebar mustache.
Yeah,
Gotta be the
there you
handlebar
go.
mustache.
Well, Kevin, I don't know if you've ever met Dan Mack, but Dan's a new guy put on the show tonight. And, you know how much I love paintball. And, that's why you three are on here, because you guys are good for paintball. Well, I feel that Dan is the same also. And so Dan Mack, meet Kevin Donaldson. Kevin, meet Dan Mack.
Dan,
Sir,
nice to meet you, Dan.
nice to meet you too.
So I'm going to start out real quick. We'll get to everybody here, but I got to start out with Dan, because everybody that comes on this show, Donaldson, you owe me a red armband. That's from a Facebook user. I don't know who it is.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, I got to put this up here real quick, because I don't know. Now, see, now you're right in with us, Kevin. Everything's working out for you, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with Dan Mack right here. Dan, first of all, I'm going to thank you for being on the show, but I want you to tell us, how did you get started in paintball?
My good friend growing up, his father was ex-military, and he decided that this was the next best thing to get into woods ball. So we started playing in a little tiny park right on the Intercoastal in Lighthouse Point, Florida. And it just spawned from there. I went to 01 World Cup with, I don't know if you guys know the owner of the Vipers, Ken Bryson.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Ken recruited me after playing a small 3-man at Mike's Paintball in West Palm Beach. And we started our first tournament in Huntington Beach 03, I believe. And that was the first paintball tournament I ever played.
And you're still playing now, right?
I've played off and on.
Mm-hmm.
Played off and on from then on. And I've only played for 2 teams. I played for the Vipers. I worked for Dye as a gun tech for many years and almost got recruited by Legacy, San Diego Legacy.
Uh-huh.
Nick Shows and Ryan Shows and their father were good friends of mine.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Dye, Dave Youngblood is part of Dye. I guess he is Dye. And he used to play on my team years ago. That's where he started. Yeah, a little bit now. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, John Greger, we had John on, which is a very good friend of Bud's. And John's daughter really, really runs the show. Am I right, Bud?
Yes. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, let me say hi to my buddy, Mr. Tony Dietz. He's down there in Texas, a retired police officer, good guy. And Ryan Freeman. Ryan's a great guy. He's another guy I want to put on, too. He's like the second guy on the show every night. So, Kevin, real quick, buddy. Now, you were at Danny's field, and Danny did a great job, huh? Kevin.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic job. Great event. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Remember, if you can't talk,
all right.
hand
Okay.
signals. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and not Bud's hand signals either. So
he only knows one.
Yeah, that's it.
One.
Yeah, he was just telling Bill that he's number one with him. That's all.
Yeah.
It's a kid's show. So
There you go. There you go. There you go, Bud.
yeah.
It's
That's
a
a whole.
cluster.
That's a whole bouquet of those.
Cluster. You know what the cluster is? It's a whole bunch of these.
Yeah.
So Kevin, you all ready now? A couple more weeks, buddy.
Oh, I'm getting there, Fred. I got a lot of work to do still, so. But we'll be
God, I
ready.
don't know.
We'll be ready.
It was beautiful last year. I bet it's going to be the same this year, buddy. Come on.
Oh, it's going to be the same. Yeah, it's going to be the same.
Yeah. So yes,
You always put on a great event, Kevin. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you,
Wait.
Bud. I try.
Yeah. You
I
know what's
don't-
good is you got good refs. You know,
I don't know of a
the,
bad one you did ever.
yeah, the blasters. You know, they're probably the best refs I've ever seen out there.
Thank
Right.
you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What events do you guys ref?
They ref that one. Otherwise, they go around trying to kick everybody's butt. The Master
Yeah.
Blasters, yeah. They got a guy in the team. He's the head ref, Rosie, and
Oh yeah. Okay.
one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet, unless you cross him. You know. Then he's like Kevin. You know. So, but yeah, the
Well, we run a
Blasters
tight
are.
ship.
What's that?
I said we run a tight ship. We've been together, 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You and Rosie go way back.
Oh, yeah.
I got pictures of us, man. I mean, you guys, especially Rosie, look like a little kid. You know, I
Yep.
mean, yeah, he still doesn't look any older. I don't know what the heck he's going on, you know.
I know. Is that something?
Yeah, I got to figure out what he's drinking and what Bud's drinking. You know, Rosie still looks young. Bud's sucking all the
Mixture
women
of
in.
the two.
Yeah, Bud's like a babe magnet. I don't know what's going on with that. So, but I guess we'll figure it out. So, yeah, Danny, we just did a tournament. I wish you'd have known that, Dan M. You could have came up to Danny's tournament up there. And
Absolutely.
It was a great time, and the fields are just great. He has you put the Mounds field in just before that tournament too, didn't you, Dan?
No, we had it up for a little while. We had to let it settle and such like that. But it was relatively a newer field, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. But the Woods Ball field I absolutely loved. So, and I got my ass kicked on it too. So I mean, it was just a great field. It really, really was.
Thanks a lot, Freddy. We appreciate it. A lot of hard work from a lot of people try to make a just a great event. So it turned out okay.
Oh, it turned out better than okay. We're trying to build a WCPL. That's one thing that we're all working very, very hard to do. And so, when you take and do something like that and you put on a good show, it just makes the whole organization look that much better. So, and you did a great job. Everybody had fun. That seems to be what we're all about right now, Danny. And you've talked about that before too, is you want to bring fun back into the sport. Even back in the day when I played, some tournaments I go to, I had fun, but it was more like a business. And I like the fun part now.
I agree. I think that's exactly, the way we approached it after talking to you and Kevin and everything like that. We had a game plan, and the game plan was basically bring fun back into paintball. And that's exactly what we all set out to do. And I think we got to nail it, and try to give the customer, the player a good environment to play in, a safe environment, and have activities and so on and so forth for them afterwards to hang out. And if you noticed, everybody hung out. I mean, to the very end, everybody stuck around. They socialized. Everybody was getting together, was shooting each other, and 20 minutes later, they're all hanging out and having a Coke and a hot dog or something, So it worked out real well, and we're real happy with that.
Dan, it was a hell of a lot more than a Coke and a hot dog.
Yeah.
You roasted a damn hog. You had a pig there with trimmings and everything. So,
well, yeah, we try. It's just we tried our very, very best to make sure that the players' experience is the best they're going to have. Okay, and that was our goal through the whole thing. And the pig was something that was, man. I remember back in the day when they brought that pig, it just seemed like everybody stuck around to get a piece. You know what I mean? So it was just, we tried it out with our real well, as they said, and you were all there. I mean, nobody left. Everybody hung out. They ate. Everybody had a good time, and that's. For me, that was the whole goal. For all of us.
Supposed to be.
For all of us, yeah.
Yeah, the whole goal.
I got to meet new people down there too. When we were sitting there, remember Lockout, the team Lockout?
Yeah.
What a great bunch of guys and girls. Yeah. There was a girl on there too. What a great bunch of people. Let me go there so I don't get any hate mail. I'll get it anyhow. But I got to tell you, they came over and just were so happy to talk to us, and I was so happy to meet them and have a great time. And it was just absolutely cool. And Jacob Easter was down there. Here's Jacob right here. Jacob Easter, he was the captain of the Toxic Teddies. And Jacob has a podcast, actually, I believe it's Thursday night. It's called Teddy Talks. So if you get a chance, you're going to want to jump on and check that out, too. Jacob's up-and-coming kid, good kid, working real hard for the sport. But Danny, I got it. Go ahead.
That's another thing, you know. I mean, look at the type of, you know, people that we brought in, you know, that came in. The people that were there, they were just outstanding individuals. You're talking about Jacob, and you're talking about, you know, the other guys that were there. Lockout, that's an old name, man. I mean, these guys came in, they played on the field, they loved it, you know, Toxic Teddies, and the rest of the guys. They all came in, and again, we put it in an environment that they all had a really, really good time at, and it was successful. And
well, they were, you know, what was good about it, though, Danny, you know, when people are having fun, they seem to be a lot more friendlier. And, you know, they came over and, you know, they got knocked out of the they got knocked out of the finals by just, God, it wasn't much at all. It was just, yeah, exactly right, Bill. A very slim margin, but their attitude stayed up. You know, I mean, they were just happy to be there. They were just happy to hang out. And that's what I thought was so good about your tournament. And that's what I like about New York, too. You know, New York, I get to go out there and hang out with guys I can never see any other time than when I go there. You know, Kevin, I get to see Kevin because, you know, he bums around and he hangs out everywhere. So, you know, I get to see Kevin. But, you know, and which I absolutely love. But, you know, you get guys like the New York Police Department, you know, Tim F. and them guys, man, they are some great guys, great teams. So I'll get to see them. Look what just roamed into my studio. Check this out.
Oh,
There ain't no party here.
Yeah.
hey, here it is.
Yeah, boy. This is Dan Mack, and you know the other guys. This is Kiko. This is my watchdog. He kind of keeps an eye on me.
Hey, buddy, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Been a
So
while.
his leash must have broke, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's my watchdog. I keep him chained up at the front out here. So, but I guess he got out of his leash. So,
Yes.
Nothing but food and water.
nothing but food and water. It's a lot more than you should have.
You haven't been feeding him enough. He looks a little
More than I thought you were going to give him.
Oh no! This guy's like an iceberg. You're only seeing the top of it. If he stood up, he would take the whole thing, man. You know. I can't
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah. He looks like a Ninja Turtle with the shell on backwards. Now come on, I'm not
Oh,
feeding
man.
him. Give me a break. I love the guy though. He's okay. Got the knife on my side.
I'm
So
all
I'm
right,
liking
too.
it better now. So, you know, Dan, I got to tell you, you know, when I first invited you to come on the show, you told me, you know, how happy you would be to be on with Bud, Dan, and then Bill, and then I threw in a cherry on top by putting Kevin on here, you know.
I thought I was a cherry.
Yeah, you were the cherry, all right. So,
Yeah,
Dan, what do you think of this group?
This is, I mean, what do I say? I never thought that this was even plausible, let alone possible. So
Yeah.
it's truly an honor to even share a screen with all of you guys. Honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you know, if you added all our years together, we go back to God, I guess the Stone Ages, huh? Be a long time, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but you know, Dan, I got to tell you, you earned your spot on this show with us tonight. And, you know, I wanted to bring you on. I wanted these guys on here too, because these guys here to me are the cream. You know, these guys are the cream of paintball and have been for so many years. And, you know, what they do for the sport is just immense, absolutely immense, you know, and everybody thinks, you know, oh, these guys, you know, manufacturers, you know, and this guy's had a team for 100 years that's played everywhere around the world. The ticket is these guys work for the sport, you know. Bud started out, but you didn't start out a millionaire, did you?
Start out what?
I said, you didn't start out being a millionaire, did you?
Oh, hell no.
No, that's what I'm talking about. When you started making the autococker, just like when Dan started making Air America, his air systems, you guys put a ton of money and ton of time into this.
Well, I started I quit a $60,000 a year job, and I had $1,000 cash in my pocket. And my wife says, "Well, why don't you give it a whirl?" And so 5 years later, I'm still giving it a whirl back then, and finally started picking up. But yeah, I went from 60,000 a year down to $250 a week. So we lived off my wife's paycheck. So I mean, it's difficult back then to start because we not only had to put out, to do some good things for paintball, but we had most of the city councils and stuff like that were against us, and Tom Kay, myself, and a couple of lawyers, and we had to fight. The first 5 years were rough, and they were fighting all the time to get, paintball legal.
Yeah. We see, that's why I mention you guys, because, a lot of the guys nowadays, it's hard to explain how it was when we all first started. I mean, I was considered, people are calling me a warmonger. It was just extremely tough. Yeah, absolutely.
They called them worse than that.
Everybody hated
still do.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot worse than that. But,
yeah,
oh,
and yeah, and people go, "What do you do?" I go, well, "I play paintball," and they go, "Ping pong," and I go, "No, paintball."
Yes.
They go, "Ping pong." So
exactly.
back in the day, it was a hard sell. It really, really was. But you didn't give up, and you sold a
Well,
couple
when I
hour
started,
cockers.
Freddie,
What's that? Go ahead, Kev. Kevin,
Your
go ahead.
lips are moving.
no, I was going to say, when I started, is Bud, hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, okay. When I started, as Bud will know, paintball guns were illegal in Jersey. So every time I went to a field, I was risking 8 years in prison if I got caught.
It makes them more enjoyable that way, though, don't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know who
Like
went
anything
to,
else, more illegal, but that's a fact. 'Cause Bud was instrumental in getting Jersey to overturn that ridiculous gun law that restricted us from owning paintball guns.
Yeah, it was, there was four of us. Ray Gong's the guy who paid for it, but we went up and
Yep.
fought the Supreme Court and won,
Yep.
And,
So thank you, Bud.
oh, you're quite welcome.
But see, people don't
I
see that
loved it.
side of it.
I don't. And this is what makes it even better. And this needs to continue to be out there is told what you guys went through to get it to where it is now.
Yeah, and see,
The reason
go
the reason it was illegal in New Jersey, they said CO2 was an explosive device. And, oh wow, that was fun.
Yeah,
Also in New Jersey, owning a BB gun or a pellet gun or any air gun is still considered a firearm. The exception is a paintball gun because of you, Russell, Jessica, and Ray.
Yep.
Yeah, but see, that's what's wrong.
Yeah. If it wasn't for paintball in '84, Fred turned me on to it, and structure, something to do, kept me honest. And I was like 1 out of 9 that didn't go to prison in my social group who I grew up with. Without paintball, I myself would not be sitting here with Fred and talking to you guys for the last, going to be 49 years?
Been a while.
No, 39 years.
Been a while, yeah.
Been a while. So
yeah,
he hooked me on it. And I'm very grateful for him to do that.
Yeah, and the reason he didn't go to prison is because I hit him out. I'm still hiding him out, on my front porch.
Exactly.
So Kiko's seen us go through an awful lot of stuff, and just like Dan, Dan, when I first got hooked up with Air America, Dan says, come down to Chicago and check it out. Well, I go out and I go to his shop, and the first guy I really sit and talk to is Howard, which was Dan's father, which was a terrific guy, period. He was just actually the opposite of Dan. He was very mellow, very soft-spoken, wasn't he, Danny?
He was a good guy. Yeah, he was Yeah, we had our differences. There was a slight difference between me and him, like in a
Oh
major
yeah,
way.
like night and day. But
Yeah.
you guys worked together good, and he loved the hell out of you.
He was
And
a good guy. The thing that he had, he leveled it out. I lose control of a conversation. I'd rather rip your head off. You know? He talks to you.
Nah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
you
He'll
don't.
No,
talk to you and converse.
no.
F word.
Well, you were talking about the beginning of paintball. Well, I gotta tell you something. Yeah, there was certain people that rose up in there because those are the people that didn't give a fuck about nobody. They didn't care about what other people said, but didn't give a shit back then. I know I didn't. I wasn't wrong off. When we created Air America, I mean, I had every swinging dick after me. Nobody wanted compressed air. Nobody wanted nothing to do with that. So talking about fighting, we fought. Yeah, Bud fought for SEAL, but the whole industry fought. There was the people that are here. That was the cream that rose to the top. Everybody else fell apart, man. I mean, this was no cakewalk. I
oh
mean,
no,
to get to where we are today, yeah, it was a lifetime. It was not an easy one either. And
no, but we
but
made it happen.
I don't think if we did not have the heart we were when we were young, because when you were young, Bud, and I was young, I mean, we'd fight anybody. I know you. I mean, nobody. It didn't matter. So if you're gonna tell me, or you tell Bud you're not gonna make this, or you can't produce that, Bud wouldn't have that shit. He'll go after you. He didn't care what you were to say. He's gonna do it anyhow. He didn't care.
Yeah,
And the
He
same
still
thing.
does.
Yeah, he still does. He doesn't give a fat rat's ass. Nah, he don't care. But that's why we love him. But if he did care, he wouldn't be Bud Orton, and the Autocracker wouldn't be here today. Do you know what I'm
Yep,
saying? I mean, so it took that kind of a person that didn't give a shit what other people said, and people. It took people that didn't care about the pressure, didn't care about what anybody else said. You were going to do it, and you were going to do it anyhow, regardless of what they said.
that's absolutely right. Yeah, I
And
wasn't a manufacturer, but what I did was I just tried to promote. I tried to promote your product, Tim's product, and I tried to promote paintball. That was always my goal. And people never understood, you get popular if you take and you try to help something. And I was trying to help my sport. You just kind of rode the wave. That's where I got lucky. Because
well,
Danny, I
Freddie.
promoted Air America like a big.
no, I know that, but see, the thing was about Freddie was, again, as I said, man, you were an essential part of me, man. I mean, because I got to tell you, I get goofy as a son of a bitch, and you were always there. You smoothed it all out. Freddie, you were such a major part of this. People could make and do dads and all this other stuff, and there were people that got out there and spread the word and made it sound right and made it interesting and so on and so forth. You were that guy. You can't. You wouldn't put me over on a mic and you want to sell the Disney products. You wouldn't want to put me on an open mic. You know what I mean? You need Fred Schultz. Fred Schultz to come in there and you made paintball the way I look at it. Is look at Barnstorm and so on and so forth, what you did over at Disneyland. You know what I mean? Who else could have pulled that kind of shit off?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
You were the only guy, man. If there was a fight in the room, you could smooth it out.
Yeah.
Nobody else
yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot,
For the most part,
Danny,
yeah.
there's a lot more, Freddie. Freddie, you were me, Rennick Miller, the Gardeners. We changed tournament paintball forever when we created the NPPL. All right,
Absolutely
and everything that they're doing today wouldn't be happening if there wouldn't be an NXL, an ICPL, a WCPL if we didn't step up in 1992 and create that league.
Yeah, because I made some of the calls to get some of the people there. Steve Davidson, you made calls.
Absolutely.
It was hard getting everybody together, and then we're sitting in that room for 3 days, hashing it out, man. And it worked out really, really good.
You said you were drinking.
No, I said Kevin was drinking. The rest of us were working pretty hard.
Yeah, but that's where all the greats come from.
Creating that league was a serious risk for us because the promoters at the time wanted to ban us all if we did it. Remember?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely right.
We did it like the Revolutionary War in the basement. We created that league without the whole industry knowing about it.
Yeah. Even some of my sponsors. Even some of my sponsors called me up ahead of time going, you know what you're doing, Fred? So you know what you're getting into? And I just knew it was a thing that had to be done. period.
You know, I remember the conversation that we had with Bobby Long when I said to Bobby, you know, Bobby, you want to get involved in this league? And what are you trying to do? And blah, blah, blah. And Bobby said to me, he said, you know, a certain promoter will not allow the Ironmen to play in their events if I get involved with you. And my answer to Bobby was, there's 16 of the best teams in the world involved in this thing.
Period.
If they don't have us, there is no tournament.
Absolutely right.
And Bobby said, you know, you're right. If we stick together, who's going to go to that event? And we did it. We pulled it off. But that's
absolutely, we did. Yeah, because, you know, after we took and we got everything together and we came to an agreement, everything else kind of fell into place. Just like you're talking about the promoters, and just like some of my sponsors that were giving me heat ahead of time, they said, well, you know what, this might be a good thing for us. You know, everybody changed their tune, because who was the best teams in the world? Us. Period.
Yep.
Cut and
we
dry.
were the draw. Everybody wanted to come to play. The Blasters, Constant Pursuit.
Yep.
You know, the Bushwhackers, the Ironmen, the All-Americans.
Yep.
You know, Texas Storm. You know, the SOBs. You know, I mean, all the guys. But you know, when we did that, that was like 16 mafia crime bosses getting together in a fucking hotel.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Trying to hammer out tournament paintball and how we saw it in the future. So
3 days we were in there, and I remember I was talking to Steve Davison, and he brought up that Billy Garner, and we were talking about, you know, what kind of clothes can you wear? Can you layer up? Can you do this? And Billy Garner comes up and he goes, well, what about wearing pantyhose? And everybody just kind of froze, you know, like.
Well, we were writing the rule book, yeah. You're allowed to wear pantyhose, Billy.
Yeah,
no
we're allowed to wear pantyhose, and we're all like, what? And he wore them to keep the ticks off, so that the ticks wouldn't get in and bite.
Everybody meet in the shower afterwards.
No, that was a crazy meeting. I wish we had the technology now, because to see these guys that hated each other on a paintball field come together and actually do this was like something amazing, you know, to agree on everything and to put this whole thing together and to come, because we went in there, we didn't even have a name. You know, we had 16 team captains from the most aggressive teams in paintball had to agree on everything.
Well, you know who came up with the name was me and Rainey Boucher were sitting there.
Came up with it.
Me and Rainey Boucher. And I says, how about the National Professional Paintball League? And Rainey looks at me and goes, Freddy, that's nipple. And I go, that's perfect.
But if you look at
pictures of that meeting, you know, I still have pictures of that meeting. You got to
share those, because the only one I know of was Rainey's cover shot on Paintball News when we announced what we were doing.
Yeah,
and the shitstorm that followed, you know.
Yeah, I've got pictures of it. So yeah, that was an interesting time. But you know, in the same way with Dan, you know, now you look at Dan Colby. You know, I went back there. You know, his system. When I got his system, Jeff Promoter sent me what the heck was that 400-pound marker he sent me, Danny? BM68 or something.
Yeah, BMI3.
Yeah. Oh, it's a BM68, and Jeff Promoter calls me up. He goes, Freddy, he said, I'm going to send you this marker. He said, and I got this guy that's got a compressed air system that I think you're going to like. And I go, yeah, but I can't fill it. How do I fill it? And he goes, get a scuba tank. So I went and got a scuba tank, and I got the fill thing like that. I took it up, and we played up in Oregon, and we won a tournament up there. And half people were loving it. The other people thought it was cheating because, you know, I didn't freeze up. Everybody with CO2 was freezing up. I was out there just whacking these guys, man, with this thing. So after that, then I got a hold of Danny, you know, and Danny goes, hey, you know, come to Chicago and let's talk. Man, I flew down there, and he takes me into his shop, and I walk back there, and I see all these tanks and regs and spring. Oh, it was just incredible. Beautiful sight, Danny.
Thanks,
and
man.
Here we are, 30-some years together yet, huh?
How about it, man? How about it? It's been a good fucking ride, though, man. It's been a good time. Really good.
See, my history with Bud goes back to Bud Orr's Commando.
Wow.
There you go.
That's how far back we go. That's before the sniper. That's before the autococker. Like, what is that? Right after the ammo box, Bud? Or before the ammo box?
But you know what our
Right
ammo
around
box
the same time, yeah.
Yeah, I still actually have my first ammo box, and what it is, it's
Oh,
a
man.
Pennzoil can. Yeah, that's what I
Spray
use.
bottle.
Yeah, Pennzoil bottle. Cut the top of it off. Kiko
Yep.
remembers that stuff, man. We used to work
Yep.
on that stuff out here all the time.
Cut
Yeah,
the
Bud
top
and I-
off and rivet it into a hinge.
Yep. Yeah, and I my nail spot, I still got the scar on the side of my finger from caulking the nail spot, you know. And I remember Jimmy Anderson came out with a thing, that little lever thing.
The short change
Yeah, yep.
that screwed into the bottom of the Nelson 007. Yeah, I had one of those from Jimmy.
Yeah,
It was
Jimmy
funny.
got
He was
that.
short, and he called it the short change. I was like, yeah, that's good,
Your
Jim.
six
Yeah.
pack you have?
Yeah, I got
America?
I got a 6-pack around here, still brand new.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have that
yep.
too.
Yep. So yeah, and Bud and I, you know, down at the Amateur Open, Bud and I are on stage when I did the first Miss Paintball thing, because I had Debbie come up to me and she goes, you know, I want to do a thing called a Miss Paintball. She goes, but I'm nervous about it. And I go, why is that? And she goes, well, I just don't know if it'll work. And I said, well, I'm willing to give it a try. And man, that thing rocked, didn't it, Bud? And Bill, you still got that picture of Bud and I?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bud and I were on stage. I don't know if that was at the Amateur Open. It might have been, though. But Bud and I been on stage a couple times.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Zap
Amateur
Amateur
Open.
then.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, because I was a Zap guy. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was Zap
that
Amateur
was-
Open.
That was fun. It was fun.
Oh, it was loads of fun. There you go. There's Bud and I on stage.
Oh wow.
I got a couple of them.
Yeah, I got one here too.
The original Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Oh, now that's a good one. That's got Deb and everybody up there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's got
Yeah, that
Jim
was,
up there.
that was a good days, man. I mean,
Tell me, gotta go
we
sideways
fought
with the picture.
we fought for what we wanted, and we put up a good fight, and we won. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
And you know, what did it do for paintball? It let paintball grow. Because, you know, that's why I mention these guys every week, is because if these guys wouldn't have stood tall back in the day, Bud, Kevin, Dan.
You can't see it.
How much glare?
Yeah, the glare. These guys wouldn't have stood tall back in the day. You know, paintball might still be here, but to what capacity would it be here?
Wouldn't
You know, what
nearly
would
be
it be
where
here
it
like?
is.
Yeah, exactly right. And, you know, Dan, you probably followed some of these guys through the years and seen stuff that they've done.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, huh?
Just a little bit.
What do you shoot, Dan? Can I ask?
Don't.
LV1.
LV1?
Yeah, I can't get past it.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's got their favorite. You know, I was Bushmaster for years, and then when I got my butt kicked at the Masters down there when Swarm had all those brand new auto mags that Tom K made, I went over and I had to get linked up, and I got linked up with Tom K. But I was out here, and Michael Beard, a real good friend of mine from the Ironman, him and Bobby Long come up to me, and they go, check this out, and they handed me one of Bud's guns. And I got to tell you, I was just amazed. And, you know, and that's why I shoot it today, because I don't know how it works, but the shot is so flat and so good.
Yes.
You know, it's just, I don't know how it works, but and Bud won't ever tell us. But, you know, it's just the way that the autococker just shoots it out of there. Just great.
I have an Empire cocker.
Oh, do you?
I do,
Oh,
yeah.
they're great. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk Bud into doing a 140-year anniversary ones, but I keep working on them. You know, I finally got Tim Schloss to do a Tiger Stripe camo again. So, you know, Bud's a little tougher now. We just got to keep cracking on it.
That's true. Carnivore is still my favorite.
Yeah. No,
You
I
know,
love
that
it.
autococker to this day is the only gun that I know. When I drive up to a paintball event and you could hear that autococker and that fucking back block is slapping against that body, my heart rate starts to go up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honest to God.
Nothing like the autococker clack.
Oh, nothing. There's nothing like that. Then you
nothing
know
like
you're at home. You feel comfortable. you know that gun is out there. I mean, that's honest to God, it raises my fucking blood pressure up. I mean, I get it's just like, man,
That's my tournament gun. That's what travels with me when I play.
That's cool.
Bill souped it up, and then something else too. Is I sent it to Caesar Pizzo. He has the boom treatment, and I got to tell you, even after he boom treats, it sounds different. Am I right, Billy?
Oh yeah. It's got a different
He
paint.
does an amazing job, Caesar, with that Ultra Silk and that boom treatment. I'll tell you.
He absolutely does. He does a very, very
guy,
good job.
Too. Great guy, an awesome guy, and a good friend.
Hey, we got another good friend watching us right now, Kevin. We got Howdy's watching us right now.
Howdy, my man. I'll see you in a couple of
All
weeks.
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's going to be there. He's all pumped. He is seriously pumped. He called me, I guess about 6-7 days ago, and we talked for a while. But yeah, he's ready to go now.
Yeah. Jimmy's my chrono guy. He's the guy.
He is. He's very good at it too, though.
You're going down to SC Village, right?
I'm going to SC Village this weekend.
Yeah, with Bud.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're going to go down there and go to graduation, and I guess Gio's opening up a new field down there at SatCon too. I guess something new he put together. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, I'm heading out there tomorrow. We're going to go just go hang out. My wife and I are going to go hang out, I guess, in Simi Valley for a couple of days. Then we're going to go down to LA for a couple of days and hook up with Bud, and then we're going to go over and do that. It's going to be fun, huh, Bud?
Talking about Gio. You see how good he looks? He lost so much weight, man. I mean, I can't believe how good he looks.
Yeah, no, people are starting to wake up, I mean, they start having heart attacks and then lose a bunch of weight. So
I mean, he looks so good, Giovanni. It's unbelievable. He did. Congratulations, Gio, if you're watching this.
Yeah,
he looks good. I saw a picture of him. Yeah, the guy lost a ton of weight.
Unbelievable.
He looks like his son.
Yeah.
Son.
He looks like Bear. Yeah.
They are related.
Oh yeah. No, but Gio did it's amazing what he's accomplished. It really is. Not only in paintball, but just fight to do that.
How long SatCon been there? Come on.
God, I think the first time I played there was like 87.
That's what I'm saying. It's been there forever.
Yeah, well, that's the guy that's got a story. How he had to go over and get all that stuff done, and how he had to get that field together, and where it's at. I mean, that guy, tenacity. I mean, that guy was like a bull. He never stopped. He put his teeth into that, and he never stopped in order to get that property to put that on that field together.
Yeah.
It was ran by 7 cops from LA.
To start with, yeah.
Police department, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
They started in 82, late 82.
Yep.
I started there in 84.
Right.
Didn't he had to go through a lot of shit, though. He had to go through a lot of stuff, though, right, Bud?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in order to get the zoning proper to put a site.
Oh, he spent a lot of time out there doing that. Matter of fact,
he's been there a long time.
Yeah,
he's the guy who created Speedball, right?
Pretty much.
Me, Don Snyder from Dukes of Hazzard, his road manager, and Ken Shintani. We sat there and said, okay, let's make it happen, because they was going to do a Children's Miracle Network TV, telethon. And then Marie Osmond, we built the field and everything, and Marie Osmond shut it down because people were shooting people with guns.
Yeah.
So we took it from there and put it in the field and put bleachers around it. And as far as I know, that was the first. We call it arena ball.
Yeah.
We wanted to film it, and you couldn't film it. And everybody wearing camos, you can't film it.
Yeah.
They had a water hazard too.
Yeah,
You had to ring the bell on the little island.
Yeah, exactly. Run through and you had to run the water.
Yep. And then ring the bell. I remember because, Gio, you guys had the first field in California, and then we had the second in New York at Cherries.
Yeah.
Somebody put Gino lost 40 pounds. Now they talking about Gio or Gino?
No, Giovanni.
Giovanni.
Yeah, I know.
Giovanni.
Yeah, I know that.
Giovanni.
Because, I see pictures of Gino, and I don't think he's lost any weight. So,
And
Oh
now
yeah,
they
he's
have-
lost.
Yeah, he
Gino
has.
not a ton.
Gino looks good too. Gino looks really good too.
Yeah, I seen him at the World Cup when I was down there. He was pretty cool. We had a good time.
And second is what? Hollywood Park down there. His son, Bear.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's another outstanding theme park. Disneyland.
Oh,
Yeah, right in the center of LA.
Yep.
Well, I got to tell you, when we did the first WCPL, I hooked up with Glenn Forrester down there at Ambush Paintball, and I got to tell you, that was a pretty cool little place to play. It really, really was. He made a woods ball field, I'll call it. He brought in huge, dug holes and put big trees and stuff in and rock.
Put him up in the ground.
Yeah, it was incredibly cool, but and it went off good. We put that together 5 weeks before it actually happened, and everybody had a great time. It
Well,
really,
that's
really
going to be a great event next year, Freddie. I can't wait.
Oh,
you
well,
know?
yeah. Now we got time to work on it.
August.
That's the
that'll
deal.
be,
Yeah.
that'll be the first. FYI, everybody out there, that'll be the first event of 2024. Just so you know, we'll be right back there.
Hey, you're gonna like shooters, where we're gonna do the one in August, because Kiko and I went up there. We went up there a couple times already now.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, but when I get back from New York, we're gonna go up there and lay the fields out and get it up and running. But you're gonna like this too. This is really a
Small town.
good woods ball field.
Real woods.
Yeah, the town is real small. It's got welcome to and come back
They got
again
one bar.
on the same sign.
One bar.
I like the fact that it's a lot closer to the airport.
And the casino. That's
Yeah.
what you like.
Well, the casino, that goes without.
Oh man, yeah, because it's only like 20 minutes from the airport, and I think the
amenities.
motels
Motels,
like
20.
15,
Yeah,
20
they're
minutes.
10 minutes. 10 miles
Everything's
away.
close. Yeah, everything's real close. So it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
The field is unique in the fact it's on the Feather River. The bushes and stuff are going to be like you're stepping back in time 39 years ago. Old time paintball. Your imagination, the shadows of the trees, poplars, or not poplars, but
I don't know.
cottonwoods.
I think music should go with this. I don't know.
And we're going to show you guys some videos here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a unique one of a kind. It's like what was the Marlon Brando movie with the motorcycles and
the wild one.
The wild one. Remember how they descend on that town? This town is smaller than that, and we can park wherever we want.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You're gonna absolutely like it. And Mark Gong's coming on because Mark and actually Dirk Gadbury is the one that turned me on to it, right? And and I want to congratulate his son too. Brandon just graduated, so Brandon, he ends up watching the next day. Congratulations, graduating from high school. But Dirk's the one that turned me on to it, and then I had a couple other people. Mark Gong says, "Oh, Freddie, you're gonna love it," and Michael Beard told me it was great, and Rick Wilcox. So when I went up there and took a look, the guy is a retired sheriff, him and his wife. And so I went up and took a look at it. And, Kiko and I, as soon as I got down there, I thought, man, if I can work the deal out on this, I was crying.
Oh,
man. Oh, yeah.
This is great.
The whole front of my shirt shrunk. It was
Definitely
so
a once in a lifetime field.
Yeah. So you see why I don't have mine all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. So I love the guy, but he does that.
I love me too.
Yeah, but it's a great field. I cannot wait to show it to you guys. And I know you're coming out here, Kev. So.
Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't miss it.
Absolutely is right. I cannot wait. So, well, Dan Mack, I got to tell you, buddy, I wanted to get you on because I wanted to connect you with these guys. These are some of the best guys that you'll ever want to meet in paintball, period. Talk about honest guys that have worked so hard to make paintball what it is today. I'm going to let you tell them what you think of them real quick before we shut this down.
This is literally as cool as it gets. I never could have even imagined that I'd be sitting here with you guys sharing a screen. Fred really, he really scraped the bottom of the barrel bringing me on.
Never.
No, I'm the bottom.
This is cool. This is as iconic as it gets, honestly. I can't even tell you guys how blessed I am to just share the screen. Seriously.
Well, we're glad to have you on.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family, man. Welcome to the family.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I told him, Kevin. Oh, that was beautiful. I told him, I says, you are now going to be on the inner circle with these guys, and you couldn't be hanging out with any nicer guys or any guys that have done more for the sport of paintball than these guys have.
I wouldn't want to be in any other circle, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is a pretty good. I mean, it's a square circle, but it's still a circle, man.
So we can write them down for August, right?
That
Oh yeah,
round peg in a square hole.
there you go. Yeah, we don't fit everywhere, but we fit where we want to, and that's all that counts for us. So
Right on.
absolutely great. Well, Kevin, I'm going to let you go first, buddy. First, I want to thank you for taking the time to jump on tonight, and everybody. Like I say, even if you're not going to put a team in, go out and check out this tournament, 9th, 10th, and 11th of June, Newburgh, New York, Paintball Sport Field. Kevin and the Blasters are running it, and you will absolutely love it. Come out and support paintball. Kev?
Come out and support the WCPL. We need you guys. We do this for the players. And that, I don't know, just come on out and help us make paintball better, make it grow. Good to see you guys, Bud, Danny. Nice to meet you, Dan, Billy. Kiko, my brother. I'll see you in a few months.
Love you, brother.
This is the face of paintball.
Yes.
When you're old.
When you're old. I wasn't that old when I started, 40 years ago.
I know. All right, Kevin, I appreciate it, man. Say hi to Wendy for us, huh?
I'll definitely do that. Thanks, guys. See you all in a couple of weeks.
See you, Kevin.
Couple weeks, brother.
Smell you later.
Brother.
All right, everybody else, Mr. Kevin Donaldson, one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet. Straight shooter, I mean, if you suck, he'll tell you you suck. If he likes you, he'll tell you he likes you. That's the kind of guys I like, cut and dry. Danny, you're next, buddy.
All right.
I appreciate so much you taking the time to come on tonight. I wanted you to meet Dan. Dan, the other Dan. Dan, I had a hard time. That's like I had I had like 3 marks on my team one time. I kept going, Mark. I sound like a dog.
I watched that show. I watched that show.
So, anyhow, Danny, you're next, buddy. I'm gonna let you say goodbye to everybody. And
good to see you guys. Dan, it was nice to meet you. We'll be seeing you around, man.
Absolutely.
Billy,
This is
Bud,
awesome.
Keiko, it's good to see you guys. Much respect, my brothers, and I look forward to seeing you all real soon. Okay.
absolutely.
I love you.
F
Love
word.
you, brother. Love
F
you,
is the
brother.
word.
Much love. Take care,
All right.
guys. See
Give
you.
Mary a hug for me.
Same, Sherry. Thank you.
I will, brother. Bye-bye.
See you, man. Bye.
See you, Dan.
I'm going to be the last man standing.
Now there is a cool guy. I got to tell you, Dan Colby is a terrific person. And Bud, you're next. I love you.
I love you too, man.
And I can't wait to see you in a couple of about 4 days now, 5 days.
Yeah, 4 days, 5 days. Yeah,
5 days.
shit,
Yes,
I don't know.
I'll probably see you before that, but yeah, we'll be down in your area on Friday. So
Okay.
yeah, so
All
I'll
right.
give you a holler
Yeah,
when we get down there.
We'll hook up. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted
All
you to
right,
meet
bud.
Dan Mack, and
Dan,
I want.
it's great seeing you, and great having you on the show, man. And we'll catch up later. You're my
Okay.
friend on Facebook, so
I am.
yeah, we'll talk.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good. All right, man. Give Kathy a hug for me.
I will. Love you guys. You take care.
Love you too, brother.
See you, bud.
Good, man. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Well, you've got to meet some pretty cool guys here tonight, Dan. I mean,
Dude, this was epic.
yeah, they don't come any cooler than this bunch. I love these guys. I really, really do. It's I don't know. It just goes without saying how I feel about them. I would have their backs at any turn, period. So I'm going to let you say goodbye to the audience and everybody else. And I want to upfront thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
Thank you as well. I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. This was as cool as it gets for me, especially growing up watching these guys on VHS tapes. So this was an honor, and thank you, Fred. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Bill.
Yep.
Pleasure seeing you.
Guys.
Yeah, and then Kiko man here.
Kiko.
So, Dan, I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna have you back on the show again here in the next few weeks too. Okay.
I'll remind.
All right.
All right.
Well, I better see Kiko pop in there too.
No, but you know what I will do is I will show you a picture of him leashed up at my front door. You'll like this. It's good.
A stick man.
It's even got a bowl that says Kiko. So it's epic. It really is.
I got to buy it with the other animals.
Yeah, he fights with the other animals. All right, Dan, you have a good evening, and thanks again, my friend.
Thank you.
See you, Dan.
Well, what do you think, Billy? What a great group tonight, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in the whole Kiko food bowl. You know.
Oh, wait till you see this. Oh, I'll take a picture. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It ain't all that. I mean, it is, but it ain't all that. I've done better.
I love it.
Oh,
I like to take the It's ice cream and put it on my Boston Market chicken noodle thing.
Yeah, and then we mix it all up in this bowl. It works
good.
out pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's something.
Oh, Jeff Thompson said that was a fun show. Ta-da! I can't wait to. I'll have Jeff Bond chick. Bud's girlfriend.
The guy's late. Don't ever do it again, Sam. Silverback Moyer. What's up with that?
Oh man, Sam, still love you, buddy.
Yeah.
No problem at all. All right, Billy, let's say goodbye to everybody.
See you, everybody.
All right, I'll see you in the green room.
All right, see you.
Because it's green.
Yeah, because it's green. All right.
Oh,
all right,
this
everybody.
is you, huh?
No, this is not a growth on my right shoulder. This is actually a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Kiko, yeah.
I'm a lesion.
Yeah, a lesion. That's it. So, everybody, I want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. And I want to thank everybody that watches this in the days coming up here. And I'm very, very happy to have this group on tonight. I think this group is very, very good for paintball. And like I say, when we all work together, we make paintball bigger and better. And that's exactly what we need to do. So until next week, 7 o'clock Pacific time on Facebook, on Flagpole Production, please play hard, play safe, play fair, get out there and play paintball.
Don't smoke in the green room.
All right, guys.